Hey, what's going on, legends? Back again for some more Road to Championship. Hope everyone's well and having a great day. Tpc Highlands.
Hello and welcome to our 2K Sports PGA Tour action. We're at the Travellers Championship. Today's coverage is about to start. Delighted you're able to join us for this first round action. We're back at Cromwell, Connecticut for the Tpc River Highlands course. Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam. And Beamer, take us through the opener.
Par 4 down the hill with the tee shot, and second shot will go back up the hill. There's really not much out there. To be fair, Luke, it's a fairly bland opening hole. There is some pretty heavy-duty rough on the right and left that you really don't want any part of. If you want to take driver, you can hit it way down there in the flat and just have a very simple pitch shot up the hill for your second. But I think most players will lay it back, find the fairway, find the green. If you get a birdie, great. No harm in making 4.
Well, it's all promising to be a good day. Can't wait to see what happens.
Putts.
That's pretty fancy. Nice start.
Great start.
Always a good feeling to have early in the round.
Gee, Rich, that's a
My
positive
mic's
start.
too loud.
Making birdie in
Can
the
you guys
first
let me know?
always puts you in a good frame of mood. It'll be fun to watch the round progress.
Let's see what happens here on the second hole. Not a bad line, this one. What an opportunity to make a birdie. Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Well, nicely done. Holds the putt for back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Currently 2 under for the day. It's time to begin this par 4 hole. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Time for the second shot into the third.
This one is chewing fiber.
This putt coming up is for birdie. And there it is.
Gotta say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Currently at 3 under for the event.
3 under, 3-3.
This hole here is a par 4. That should find the cut stuff. Coming off a hat-trick of birdies. That's great momentum. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Needs this one to kick right. Oh, these are good for the momentum. These ones right on 8 feet. Oh. And with that, you can go and put a par on the card. So with another hole behind us, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Let's see what happens here at the 5th. Opting for the 5-wood. And he's safely on the green with that shot. 18 feet to the cup. And with that, that's their 4th birdie.
Well, I missed that.
And that will take him to 4 under. Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going. I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Shit.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? This shot from the first cut of rough. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Oh, what
Shot.
a shot. Mark it
What
down
a
as an
fucking
eagle.
shot.
That'll help make a big move.
You little ripper.
That's an absolute beauty, hey, Beamer. Why don't we take another look at it?
You little beauty, Beamer.
He's currently tied for 15th.
I'm feeling good, guys. Feeling good.
Deep into the front 9. Here we are at the 7th hole. Wow, mate, that's some golf back there. An eagle. How good. Wow, what a shot. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And that will take him to 7 under. He's in a share of 12th place.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Oh, that one's absolutely stiff. This would be a good putt to hole. It'll help move you into the top 10. And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day. And what a way to jump into the top 10. Teeing off here at the 9th hole. Lovely effort that.
Nicely done.
And this putt is to move into the top 5. Well done. Take the birdie. Step aside, gents. This man's marching into the top 5. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. We've reached the beginning of the back 9. The tee is yours at the 10th.
That dog will hunt.
Coming off a string of 3 birdies. This one's going right at the pin here. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 10th.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Let's see what happens here at the 11th hole.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
Oh!
Oh, almost went in. That hole's done.
Crikey, that was close.
Trailing by 4 strokes. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. Yes,
not
next
enough
one from
juice.
The beach.
Shot.
Great ball striking. It's a thing of beauty.
Just a fantastic shot. Guaranteed birdie hitting it that close.
He currently sits in 3rd position. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 5. He sliced this one.
Shit.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Straight into the water. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Only a few shots off the pace.
Oh.
That's a high caliber shot. Time now for the 4th shot. 3 behind our leader. Going with the hybrid. Good shot there.
I can't even see.
This one's for par.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Oh.
Ooh, right by the hole. In she goes. Let's head to the next.
Unlucky.
Just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. You've arrived at a par 4. Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. And taking aim from around 100 yards here. 4 strokes off the lead. Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. Lining up the birdie putt here. This one has eyes for the hole. Always good to lead the bounce back category. That's a good stat. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Well, Rich, as we approach the closing holes here at TPC River Highlands, there are some significant shots to hit, and here at 15, it's certainly one of them.
The tee shot is most definitely an important shot. If you hit a little bit too far left, water scary close to the left-hand side. Out to the right is no good. Length isn't nearly as important as how straight you can drive it.
Chip.
All in all, a very exciting
What a
short
chip.
par 4.
Love this hole.
I've been practicing.
And it's time to recap that play. And stepping up the standings after that effort. The final par 3 at TPC River Highlands certainly brings a lot of elements into play.
Multiple tiers on this green. If you find the right tier, you have a good birdie opportunity. But if you hit a wayward shot, both right, left,
Short.
long, or let's face it, short, you're in a bad spot.
Fair effort that. Good birdie. He's currently in a share of top spot.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Car path.
No point hanging on to that one. You didn't hit your best there. Second shot here on the 17th. Well, this one's right at the pin. Just 3 feet to the cup. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard.
The lead is getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Time for the second shot on the 18th. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. That's a lovely shot here at the 18th, and a chance for birdie at the last. And with that putt, concludes this players' round.
What a first round, guys. What a first round. One bogey. It's still a good round. A great start.
Well, that's a lovely way to finish the
Fucking
opening
lovely.
round. Out in front, the leader. Sounds great.
Not bad whatsoever, but still just the opening day. Lots of golf left to play. However, it does give you a little boost of confidence going forward, knowing that right now you're at the top of your form, your game is good, and you're in a good space.
Great space. Cheers, mate. Greens are very soft. They're on random. I put them on random. So
It's a pleasure to bring you our PGA Tour action live on 2K Sports.
played
Today's
there and it
coverage
bounced. It
of the
always goes in
Travelers
that rough down
Championship
there.
is about to begin. Delighted to have your company for this second round action.
See?
I'm
Bang.
Luke Elvey, here alongside Rich Beam. And Rich,
Oh.
this next golfer starts their round. What do you think about their chances?
Well, I tell you what, they've gotten a lot out of their game up to this point in time. They're either going to have to get more out of it, but if they continue playing the way they are and the short game fails them,
What a
let's
fucking
face it,
shot.
they're going to go tumbling down the
He's
leaderboard.
happy. Look at him.
I'm looking forward to today, that's for sure. Well, that's certainly worth another look.
Fucking hole out, boys. Fuck, I love those shorts. I own them in real life, actually.
He finds himself in a share of the lead. Time to tee off at the second.
This hole is so important at this critical time. Go for it, lay it back. How much do you trust your swing?
Putting for birdie. Nice stroke. And that's for birdie. Well holed. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
The lead continues to grow. This is simply amazing.
Let's see what happens here at the third hole.
Nice birdie in the last hole for a change. First one of the
you.
day. They needed it desperately. Now, next hole, looking for more.
Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. 3 feet to go here to the hole. And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Tee is yours. Here we are at the fourth hole. Oh, that's a sweet-looking swing, that one. Playing from around 160 yards. And choosing the 8-iron here.
Has got this thing
Sure.
dialed in here. Looking good.
Good-looking putt. That's very impressive.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
Currently 3 strokes up after that hole. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. Yeah, that one will play. This one's for birdie. It's on a great line.
Bang.
You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here on the 6th. That should find the fairway.
Get up there, get up there. Chippy.
Getting ready to play their third. Didn't that look good for a long time? 7 feet to the cup. Looks good off the blade. And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
Gotta say, just some of the best rhythm in the game.
Coming off a string of 5 birdies. Great looking shot this. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here at the 7th.
Absolutely. In there close. Good look at birdie coming up.
Now 6 shots in front after that hole. Par 3s are always fun. See if he can knock it close. Looks to be going with a hybrid here.
Shot.
A great shot here at the 8th and a chance for birdie.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard. After that, we've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off.
What kind of rhythm is that? It must be tough falling out of bed every day with a rhythm like that.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you're a ball striker, there's no doubt about that. Hey, nice looking line. And that putt will drop.
Those
and he'll
fucking
extend
camera
his
angles.
lead. He sits in first position. Time to step on your tee shot here at this long par 4. Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards. look at the line on this one. Get in the hole.
Shot.
Well, that's well played and sets up a good birdie look here at the 10th. Always nice to hold those for birdie. Our leader is currently enjoying an 8-shot advantage. You've reached the 11th hole and the tee is yours. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. That's not the outcome they were after.
Needed to take a little less club on that approach.
Nah, my thumb slipped, honestly.
That's a good-looking shot there. And that puddle drop. Well done. Leading by 8 strokes now after that hole. Time to make a move. The tee is yours here at the 12th hole.
Oh, that was pummeled into submission.
Oh, well done. A good look at a birdie here.
The short game has been very impressive. They've kept this player inside the top 10 all day long because of it.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Teeing off here on the 13th hole.
Good birdie on the last. What's in store now?
Oh.
Well, this should find the short grass. Setting up in the first cut.
I'm telling you, I would blame the caddy. Bogey here yesterday, looking at the same score today.
That one
Shit.
could do with a raincoat. Well, a man on the ground, John McCarthy, would have a better look at this. How's it lying?
This one's in the first cut. It's sitting up there pretty good, though, so they might be able to get a good hack at it.
This putt right on 12 feet to the hole. Well hold. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4. This one looks to be heading for the sanctuary of the fairway. Time for the second shot at the 14th. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. This putt is from 14 feet. Oh, so close. Yeah, not much to sweat there. And now that finds him in first place. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
Do you attack it and try and increase your lead, or do you lay back and play safe? I like to attack it. What do they like to do?
Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Time now to play the second shot on the 15th hole. Well, that's a handy shot. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Well done. Leading by 6 strokes after that one. And after a birdie at the last, they take the honour on the hole. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. All right, John, how's this putt looking?
From where he is, I'm thinking 28 feet.
That was a gallant attempt. Putting for par. That's half a chance of being holed, this one. And down she goes.
Beautiful front 9.
Managing to
Bit
maintain
rocky
their
back
position
9.
on the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here at the 17th. Oh, you couldn't paint a better picture. Gorgeous swing. Oh, what a gorgeous looking shot that is, Rich. It's just about 3 feet away. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next.
Birdie par, par.
Still in the lead now after that hole. All right, one more hole to go. Let's see how you handle the 18th. That's a touch of the Freddie Couples rhythm right there.
Oh, Fred Couples.
Playing this shot from around 120 yards. That's a pretty handy shot. A wonderful shot into the 18th and a chance for birdie. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. A round now in the books. Good luck next time.
Thanks.
And through 36 holes, this player continues to shine out there in top spot.
They're feeling awfully good about their game, aren't they? But
I am.
There's lots of golf left to play. They need to
say,
make sure they
makes
go
perfect.
out and continue to play on the front foot and try and get this thing done.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
No worries. Medium wind.
This PGA Tour event brought to you by 2K Sports. We're at the Travellers Championship. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased
Wind?
you could join us for this third round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, this player starts their round in the lead. What's the game plan for them today?
Well, they've got the lead, and there is a significant
Shot.
chasing pack, so they can't get too wrapped up in what's going on behind them. They've got to kind of keep their nose out front. They got to keep pushing along and play the golf course. Don't think about who's chasing you down.
Birdie on the first.
Just think about playing the golf course. But if you do find themselves falling back a little bit, then they need to go ahead and start making a little bit different push, maybe come up with a different game plan. But right now, out in front, they just kind of have to play the golf course right now and keep that in their sights.
Can't wait to get into the action. Very excited to see how this player fares today. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket.
Almost went in the bucket.
Just 3 feet to the cup. Well, that's an early statement right there.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
He's currently sitting in first place.
Oh, and they increase their lead. This is impressive, Luke, but can they hold up this play?
That looks to be a fairway finder to me. Second shot here on the third. Oh, terrific approach and a chance for birdie here at the third. And that will drop in for birdie. Currently in first position. Wow, he let the big dog eat there, didn't he?
Big dog.
Setting up here, coming off a run of birdies.
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Well, this one's right at the pin. Oh, tiny looking shot that. Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. Nice one. Fourth birdie of the day.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one. Going with the 5-wood.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Lovely shot out of the bunker. That's in tight. I like their courage to be able to get that to go down and save the hole.
Absolutely. In the bunker, off the tee, getting that one. That is a Brucey bonus.
Time to tee off at the 6th. And here we are with the third shot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. Teeing off here at the 7th. Good looking shot this. From about 130 yards here. This one looks just a fraction too long to me. Oh, 13-footer coming up here. This is a good chance. Oh, just missed. Easy par that. Now 6 shots in front after that hole. We find ourselves on a par 3 here. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot this. Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it.
Oh.
That's frustrating. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Here we are at the final hole on the front 9.
Get up there, get up there. Shit.
That's a little untidy. John, you're down there. How's this ball lying?
They are into some deep, deep rough here, fellas. Let's watch, see what they can do.
This one's dialed in. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. Our leader is up by a whopping 6 shots now. Always love a new beginning. Here we are at the opening hole of the back 9, the 10th. Well, Rich, this looks like a familiar spot for this player.
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
Fairways and greens. Easy game, isn't it?
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Teeing off here at the 11th.
Eight days a week, that rhythm works.
Sit.
Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts.
Bang.
And that's 8 birdies today. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player.
Get up there, get up there.
Come on, you're better than that.
Okay,
And from
I'm
the
sorry.
bunker here.
Birdie on this hole yesterday, but highly doubtful from the lie they have today.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
Short game has been especially
What were we saying?
sharp today, Luke.
Rich?
Very impressive.
Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling. Oh, I could watch that swing all day. That's beautiful. Second shot here on their 13th hole.
Oh.
Ready to play their third. He hasn't managed to birdie this hole, this tournament. Wow, that's classy. Good save from there.
That a way to grind it out in the bunker, but up and down for the birdie. Nicely done.
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. Well, this is some sort of play. 5 birdies on the bounce. Choosing the 9-iron here. That should find the surface. 12 feet to the cup coming up. If it's up, it could be in. Oh, so close, but an easy par. And in it goes. Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes. Teeing off now on a short par 4.
Standing on this par 4 and leading. What's the strategy? What's going on through their mind? Attack it or lay back?
That one's heading down Broadway. Time for the second shot at the 15th. Lining up the birdie putt here. Yeah, you'll take that. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling. Going with the 7. Oh, come on, sit. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
Bang.
And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead.
Kind of like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Just a couple to go. Let's see how you handle the penultimate hole. That's heading for the fairway. Well played, mate. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. Now 7 strokes up after that hole. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18th. Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Coming off a hat-trick of birdies. That's great momentum. That might be one club too many. 8 feet to the cup. Oh, what a stroke. And that will do it for this player today.
What a round. 4 pars.
And as the third round comes to a close, they're in that enviable position of top spot, Rich.
Yes, you always want to be in first place going into the final round. In saying that, it can be uncomfortable as well. We'll have to see how this player tomorrow handles the pressure.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the...
Alright guys, we got this. Let's go.
Tpc Sports and the PGA Tour proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Travelers Championship is about to begin. Delighted to have your company for this final round action. I'm Luke Elvey, here alongside Rich Beam, and it's the final round here, Rich. What's our next player up against as they begin it?
Should be a lot of nerves. They got the lead. They've been sleeping on it overnight. That is never an easy thing to do. Almost an uncomfortable situation at times, but they are playing well, so they have that confidence going into the final round. But this is going to be a tough afternoon ahead.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's see how it unfolds. We've arrived at a par 4 hole.
This hole is so important at this critical time. Go for it, lay it back. How much do you trust your swing?
that one just missed the hole. What an opportunity to make a birdie. And with that putt hold, it's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. This hole is a long par 4. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Time for the second shot into the third.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Wow, they certainly got out of the right side of bed today.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Here we find ourselves on the tee of a long par 4. Oh, that sounded absolutely flushed. Another birdie opportunity coming up for this player.
I tell you what, they're set up quite nicely through the first opening holes. Birdies galore.
Wonderfully played. This putt coming up is for birdie. Get excited. This could go in. And they'll walk away with a par on this one. Our current leader is enjoying an 8-stroke advantage. Teeing off here at the 5th. Not sure if that's what they're intending to do.
Yes,
Coming up a little short with that effort. Not bad, though.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. And tapping it in for par. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Here we are at the 6th hole. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Interesting choice of the driver here. Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
It's tracking. Just didn't drop. 3 feet to go here to the hole. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. He sits in first position. Let's see what happens here on the 7th. It looked like it came out of a cannon. Playing from 110 yards out. This one's going right at the pin here. A wonderful shot here at the 7th and sets up another birdie chance.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
Not even close to a gimme.
Racking up their 5th birdie of the day.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And after a birdie at the last, they take the honour on the hole.
That swing reminded me of smooth jazz. Great rhythm.
Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
Absolutely. In there close. Good look at birdie coming up.
Now 8 shots in front.
The play so far has been stellar, increasing the lead, Luke. But can they maintain it? Let's find out.
This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. Time to take their approach shot into the 9th. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. It's a lofty position.
Good front nine.
Held all tournament, but what a buffer they've built with just 9 to play.
Yes, but if they start thinking about it, that's where the danger happens. They have to keep their head down and keep playing on the front foot if they want to see this thing home.
4 in a row. You're on some sort of a roll. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. Putting for birdie.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. Our leader is currently enjoying an 8-shot advantage. Let's see what happens here at the 11th hole.
Nice birdie back there. On to the next.
Should find the green here. Oh, that's a great shot. And a birdie opportunity coming up here at the 11th.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. We have a par 4 on this one.
Fucking bunker again.
Just let that shot be water off a duck's back. Oh, the old fried egg. What an awful lie that is. Any chance of getting out of this one?
Well, they're in deep here, guys. Really nestled into this sand trap. Let's see what happens.
Well, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. We have a par 5 here. Time to take advantage.
Oh, fuck.
Beautiful swing there. Second shot here on the 13th. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. That's a great putt. And an eagle as well.
So the first 3 rounds on that hole, I ended up in the
Now
water, all the
finds
sand.
him in first place.
On the last one.
And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. Second shot here on the 14th hole. Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. And this has been a hole he's unable to take advantage of so far for this event.
There you go, it's a birdie for you.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie. Still in the lead now after that hole. Well, this is bold. Their eyes are opening up. Headed for the green. Wow, Rich. That's impressive.
Just a missile of a tee shot right onto the green.
Bang!
The damage. Nicely done.
Woo, that is some.
What a fucking putt that was.
Out in front by a bunch.
Well, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Well, that's huge momentum they're bringing to this hole. Coming off the eagle. Time to hit another good drive. Going with the 7.
Be good.
Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field.
Couldn't
What a
see the
putt to
lines, the
hold.
sun was in the way.
Currently in first position.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Beautiful
Looks like they
swing.
put a good swing on that one. That should find the short stuff.
We are playing
Looks like a similar
exceptional today.
approach to yesterday.
They had a good result yesterday. Can't see why they wouldn't have another good one today.
Lobby.
Oh, this one's right down the pipe. A 7-footer right here. And down it goes. So that's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action.
Okay, he went down from like 50
Well, this is when
something.
the adrenaline really starts to kick in. Leading the tournament with the final hole to play. Good luck.
Bounce, bounce. Beautiful.
Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent.
Luke, that one was humongous.
Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
One of the rare misses for this player today, Luke. They've been hitting a lot of greens today.
Chip it in here, and he'll take the title. Wow.
Boom.
It's been the site of so many famous victories throughout the course of at least the last decade, and this one will go down as yet another. Congratulations to our Travelers Championship winner.
Yes, battled hard throughout the week, and
Thanks,
at the
Luke.
end of the day, just gutted it out better than anybody else. What a finish. Happy for him. Congratulations. Well-deserved win.
Now, Rich, we saw from the get-go that this player was right on song this week, just a class above.
It's
was.
very rare where
Lots of
you
practice
see a
on
player
the last game. Jesus.
absolutely dominate a field like they did in this tournament. Unbelievable job all around.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elving. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.
Travelers champion. Alright, what do you got next for me? South window. Right, very firm fairways, moderate greens, slow speed, medium wind. Alright, let's do this.
Sports delighted to bring you all the action here from the PGA Tour. We're at the World Golf Championships.
Oh, here we go.
FedEx St. Jude Invitational. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. Hi, I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam, and we're in the city of Memphis, Tennessee, made famous by the King of Rock, Elvis Presley. But Rich, at Tpc Southwest, this is no song.
This is no song. This is a very difficult golf course. In fact, I think one of the most underrated golf courses on the PGA Tour. The reason why they call it Tpc Southwest, because it blows out of the south a lot every day. And it's a tough golf course. It's demanding. The greens are small, they get firm, they get fast. So finding the greens in two or in regulation, it's not easy. And once you get on them, there's enough undulation to really make some putts very difficult. All in all, the players are going to be challenged all week long with a golf course that is right in front of them, but difficult to figure out.
You better bring your A game to this property. It's so tough, isn't it?
Either that or bring your blue suede shoes.
Let's get down to the action.
Shots.
That was wonderfully done. Second shot on the second. Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. This one's for birdie. Some momentum being built now. That's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke. Getting their groove on.
Currently a couple under for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The third hole at Tpc Southwind's a strong par 5 measuring over 550 yards from the back tees. A bit of water comes into play here on the second shot, so be mindful of where you leave your approach. That reminded me of the Big Easy. Silky smooth.
Stop. Sit.
It might be ambitious play, but I like it. Looks like they're going for the green here. Nicely done. Putting for eagle here.
Putt.
That'll help your scorecard.
What a putt.
And now 4 under for the day. The fourth hole here at Tpc Southwind is the first par 3 on the course, and it measures just under 200 yards. Just avoid the penalty area to the left. Going with the hybrid.
Sit.
That one's looking good.
Sit. Shot.
Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
It was on a good line. And that should secure the par. Well done. So after that hole, this is the current standings on the course. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. The fifth at Tpc Southwind is a long par 4 measuring 485 yards. It requires a good strong drive to avoid the bunker on the left and then an accurate approach into this green. John's down on the course, and do you have a better look at this lie?
Well, they're in the deep rough here, but they ended up with a pretty favorable lie considering.
Well, a little off the target with that one.
Well, they wanted to hit the fade, and unfortunately, they didn't.
And with that, you can go and put a par on the card. And after that hole, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Currently at -4 for the round.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Well, this should find the short grass from about 100 yards.
Wind is blowing from right to left here. Wants to work it against the wind.
Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. 6 feet remaining to the cup. A well holed, he'll take the birdie. And that will take him to 5 under. Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. The 7th at Tpc Southwind is a strong par 4 measuring 482 yards from the back tee. A big clump of trees on the left, and the one on the right is to be avoided off the tee. Also, a good angle to attack this green is from the left half of this fairway with a huge greenside tree that also affects any poor approaches. Great shot into the 7th and a chance for birdie. This one's online. You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today. And that will move him to 6 under par. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard.
Why does everyone score so
The 8th
low?
hole at Tpc Southwind is a
They're all on
really
max
nice
settings.
short par 3 measuring just 164 yards. This green has been recently contoured, so accuracy or distance control off the tee is paramount. This would be a great up and down from this spot.
Chippy.
Oh, that's incredible. He sold it.
Ah, nicely done. Great chip.
That shot's so good, we need to have another look. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The finishing hole on the front nine here at TPC Southwind plays downhill towards a dogleg right. There's a big body of water, the short front left of this green, so make sure you've got enough club to reach the surface. Playing this one about 130 yards out.
They need to flight this one down into the wind.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. Come on, get down. Left yourself an opportunity. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this.
Oh,
What a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Yep, well done. Justin Thomas is at the top of the leaderboard. With
Where the fuck did he come from?
The 10th at TPC Southwind is a par 4 that plays just over 450 yards from the back tee. A lot of players take less than driver here to position their ball for the best approach to an uphill green that has a number of tiers on it. Accuracy on both shots are required. This shot from around the 200-yard marker. Just a couple back from our leader. This one might need to set.
Pretty good shot there.
This one's from downtown. Make sure you get the pace right.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
5 feet coming up to the cup. Oh, wonderful effort. Confirms the par. Now 4 back after that hole.
He starts singing some birdies.
The par 3 11th at TPC Southwind measures just 162 yards. But looks can be deceiving here. While it looks pretty, it can bite you. Make sure you've got enough club here on approach. Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. Oh, this would be a good putt.
Hey Don,
to make.
how are you?
And
Right?
with it, a share of 3rd spot.
Oh, cheers for stopping by. Means a lot.
This one's looking good.
Oh,
How did that miss? And the putt drops.
you
and
too,
we're
bro.
moving
Take
on.
it easy, yeah?
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The par 4 12th is only a short one, measuring 406 yards from the tips. But you need to be very accurate off the tee. Avoid that huge water hazard to the right, and that'll give you the best angle into this green. Any drive that's pushed left will make it a difficult approach, and be wary. There's water over the back of this green, which you can't see.
Shots.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for... Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. The par 4 13th at TPC Southwind plays uphill and 472 yards. Dustin Johnson once hit a drive here, 375 yards, which left just a flick wedge in. It set up a victory. Have you got the power in the tank? That's what it's required to make a birdie. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. That's some good golf right there. It's got a chance.
Bang.
What a round this is. 7 birdies today.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
That's 9 under par for the event.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Opting for the 5-wood. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Get in.
Putts.
Oh, that's a ripper.
Ripper.
And let's have one more look at that shot.
You little ripper.
Just one off the lead after that hole. Accuracy is required at the par 4 15th, just 395 yards off the tee. Players like to lay back to give them their right number into this green. There's a little creek that meanders through the centre of the fairway here and up to the right side of the green. So make sure your approach is accurate. Oh, what a gorgeous looking shot that is, Rich. And just about 8 feet left to the hole. Well done. Take the birdie.
I will take the birdie.
Justin Thomas is our current leader.
Where the fuck did he come from? He was like 4 down.
The 16th at Tpc Southwest is the last genuine birdie hole on the course. It's a par 5 measuring just 530 yards, but there's a lot required on the tee shot that's played uphill to a ridge. If you can get it up over the rise, a good chance for reaching the green here in 2 to set up a birdie and even perhaps eagle. But be wary of this green. There's a big bunker short left, and if you find it, it's not an easy up and down. Maybe even a par can be hard. Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
Ooh,
oh,
right by the hole. Well holed. Let's move on. Sitting at 12 under par for the day.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Yeah, fuck off, JT.
Penultimate hole at Tpc Southwest is a very strong par 4, measuring 490 yards off the back tees. There is a little creek that runs through the centre of the fairway here, but that only catches the biggest of drives. There's 2 big trees either side that you want to position yourself in the middle of, so then you can hit a clean shot to the green. 2 strong shots required to get onto the surface, and even once you're on the green, par isn't assured. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. This one looks just a fraction too long to me. Yeah, nicely played. Oh, this is a long way from downtown, but you're closer. John, what's he got in front of him?
Well, this one's looking like 23 feet.
Turn
Big
for me, baby. Oh,
Ouch,
you bitch.
that hurts. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. He's currently tied for first. The finishing hole at Tpc Southwind is an absolute beauty. There's been some heroic moments like hole-out eagles, and there's been triple bogeys that have cost championships. Your job is to get the ball safely into the fairway here. If you're not a long driver, don't take on the corner. But if you can, it'll leave you just a short iron in, a chance to seal the victory with a birdie. Great looking shot this. This is some ball striking. Hitting greens in regulation, it's a thing of beauty.
Too much break.
Just dream about days like today. Greens in regulation, spot on all day, awesome.
And with that, this round comes to a close. And as this round comes to a close, he finds himself in a share of top spot.
Oh,
Luke,
good.
that was a blast. Looking forward to next time.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hello, Win.
Hello everyone, delighted to have your company here on 2K Sports for our PGA Tour action. Today's coverage of the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. Hello everyone, I'm Luke Elvey. Great to have my mate Rich Beam beside me. And Rich, as this next player begins their round, what do you think of their chances here today?
Well, with such a small lead, Luke, I think that they need to produce something solid. Small leads are no fun. I mean, you're out in the lead and you're excited about that, but it can be lost so quickly if they're not careful. One bad decision could wreck it for them.
Can't wait to find out what happens here. Currently 13 under for the event.
I can't ever recall him making a birdie and feeling bad about it. So yes, birdie on the first, great job.
Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. This spot looks awfully familiar. Didn't they play here yesterday?
Same spot as yesterday. Will they have the same results today?
This one needs to kick left. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. This one has eyes for the hole.
Bang.
And that's for birdie. Well holed.
I like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Sitting at -14 now for the event. Here we have a par 5. Is it time to get after it or play it safe? Lovely rhythm there, Rich. That's going to work every time.
Oh, sit, 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 sit.
The third hole at Tpc Southwest, Rich, the first of the par 5s on the golf course. A lot of water in play. You need to be brave if you're going for this in 2.
More golf balls hit into the water at Tpc Southwind than any other golf course on tour. An excellent reason why. You get a little careless, that water on the right-hand side is going to gobble up that second shot.
Shot.
Well, that's big boy golf right there.
Using the big boy muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Well, it'd be nice to make this one. This one's for eagle.
Oh.
Lining up the birdie putt here. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by a stroke.
The lead continues to grow. This is simply amazing.
We have a par 3 on this one. Going with the 6-iron here.
Shot.
Ooh, back there, horsey. Well, that's beautifully judged. This putt about 11 feet in distance.
Bang.
And with that, that's their 4th birdie.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Nothing like a bit of momentum here, Rich. This one's going for another birdie.
Always a good way to start. Let's see where they go from here.
Nicely done. This putt is about 16 feet. Tracking.
Bang.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by 2 strokes. You've arrived at a par 4. Step up to the tee and own it.
Luke, this player coming off a birdie on the last hole, getting some momentum going their direction.
Really know how to golf your ball. Serious momentum of 5 straight birdies. Well, this one's right at the pin.
Sit, sit, sit.
Gee, I wish I could play like this myself.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens and regulations, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
And after that hole, you're leading Justin Thomas by a shot. This hole here is a par 4. This player's got some lovely momentum coming off a birdie at the last. This one looks to be heading for the sanctuary of the fairway. And this shot from about 150 yards out. Opting for the 9-iron. This one looks to be a tad wayward. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? If he makes this, he'll save his par. Good putt, that. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. And we've arrived at a par 3. going with the 8-iron here. Well, they'd love a little bounce to the right here. John, have you got a read on this one?
Well, from down here, looking like 25 feet or so.
Oh, not enough thing.
Yeah, you'll take the tap in for par any day. Now leading by 1 shot.
Oh, what happened to JT? Did he fucking bogey that?
Gotta say, just some of the best rhythm in the game.
The lines aren't too bad here in the first cut of rough.
Not as easy and straightforward as yesterday's par, so work to be done.
Nice shot that. That should find the surface. And a good look at a birdie here. Hey, nice looking line.
Bang.
And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard.
Great
Here we go,
fun,
Rich. The back 9 on Sunday. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, but I like the position. I like being out in front. That forces the other players to come catch you. I like their position.
Well struck. Playing this shot from about 180 yards. And not a bad approach. He'll be putting.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Ooh. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. Ooh, that looks like a pure stroke. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by a stroke. Par 3s always offer up that hope of a hole-in-one. Going with the 9-iron, I think. This looks to be heading to the green. 11 feet left to the hole.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've kept this player inside the top 10 all day long because of it.
But what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. And after that hole, you're leading Justin Thomas by a shot. You've arrived at a par 4.
Do you attack it and try and increase your lead, or do you lay back and play safe? I like to attack it. What do they like to do?
And John, what's this one looking like?
Well, guys, it might not be all that bad here in the first
Shot.
Sitting up pretty good.
Well, nicely done. Holds the putt for back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by a stroke.
Always battling fucking Justin.
Let's see what happens here at the 13th.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Well, this player's certainly finding this spot a couple of times this week.
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
Well, this one might need to get down a little. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? This putt coming up is for birdie. This is a good chance.
Parts.
Fair effort that. Good birdie. And after that hole, you're leading Justin Thomas by a shot. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. That's a pretty handy shot. This would be a great up and down. Ooh.
Shots.
That's the hands of a surgeon.
And a chip in, Luke, just what the doctor ordered.
And it's worth taking another look at that one. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by a stroke. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4. Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
They had a good result yesterday. Can't see why they wouldn't have another good one today.
Well, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. Terrific shot into the 15th and a chance for birdie. He's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead. And after that hole, you're currently leading JT by a couple of shots.
Oh, it's not Stephen Marley's anymore.
Welcome to the tee at this par 5 hole. Go get after it. Oh, you couldn't paint a better picture. Gorgeous. The final par 5 at Tpc Southwest is a good one. Up the hill, Rich, and a chance to get there in 2.
Second shot back up the hill at 16. Bunkers on the front left and back right of this green could pose some problems. However, this hole generally plays the easiest on the golf course. Go ahead, take it on the flagstick with your seconds.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. You're kidding me. Did he hold that?
What a chippy.
Sensational, Luke.
Why not take another look at that effort?
That backspin though. Oh.
And after that hole, you're currently leading JT by 3. I'm pretty sure this player will be full of confidence now after that eagle back at the last hole. Handy effort, that one. This shot from about 190 yards out.
Shot.
Outstanding approach shot.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. Now 4 shots up after that hole. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18. Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards. Going with the pitching wedge here.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. And another round safely in the books.
Good round.
And through 36 holes, this player continues to shine out there in top spot.
They are. They're in a great spot. They can't quite get too relaxed as of yet, as there's a lot of golf yet to play. So they really need to focus in going into that next round.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Medium wind. No wind. Alright. No wind, sorry.
2K Sports so proudly presents this PGA Tour event. We're at the World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational. Today's coverage is about to start. Delighted to have your company for this 3rd round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam, and Rich, as this player starts their round in the lead, what should be their focus for today?
Yes, right now the game plan is working, but they still have to go out there and play off the front foot, play on offense, and not worry about who's chasing them.
I know, I can't wait. Let's get back down to the coverage. Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. That's well holed.
Absolutely. You love to see those going in early. Sets the tone for the rest of the day.
He sits in first position.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
Not sure if this one will stay on the short grass. This lie won't be too bad in the first cut.
Well, Luke, they birdied the hole yesterday. Good luck today on repeating that birdie. Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
This putt is 16 feet to the hole. Okay, steady now.
Fuck, that would have been close.
We'll take a tap in any day for par. And now that finds him in first place. Teeing off here at the 3rd hole. That should find the cut stuff.
Oh, shit. Fucking tree again.
Luke, That did not end up where you said it was going to. It's in the rough.
Hey, dog.
Going with the 5-wood.
Shot.
Well, they got after that one right up near the surface. Good play. Ooh, that almost went down. Putting for birdie. I like the look of this. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Opting for the 5-iron.
Be good. Be good.
Oh, what a shot. You'll take that. Just 10 feet to the cup here. Oh, just missed. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4. A thing of beauty. Playing this shot from about 210 yards out. Looks to be going with a hybrid here.
Wow.
That's not what they were looking for.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Okay, let's head to the next. Leading by 3 strokes now.
Oh, Adam's coming for me.
Let's see what happens here on the 6th. Wow, that was just striped. From around 120 yards here.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
A wonderful shot, well played, a chance for birdie here at the 6th. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by 3 strokes. And after a birdie at the last, he'll take the honour on the hole. Oh, that was pummeled. Great drive. Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Choosing the 9-iron here.
This one is chewing fiber.
Shot.
Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf.
Made birdie on the last. Looking for a second in a row here.
Our leader is up by 4 shots now.
The lead is getting bigger and bigger.
Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling. Yeah, quality shot that. Well, this is one of those lengthy putts. John, how do you see it?
About 26 feet from here, I'd say.
Didn't have to sweat that par putt. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Here we have a long par 4. It's going to take 2 great shots to get on. That one's heading down Broadway.
Stop.
Second shot here on the 9th hole. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole.
Shot.
Oh, that's well played. And a chance for birdie here at the 9th.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Well, Rich, as we make the turn to the back 9, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, keep your hands to yourself. But yes, this player is definitely dialed in at the moment.
That should find the fairway.
That's off the ground. That's off the fairway.
Luke, unfortunately, that got a horrible kick. Ended up in the rough.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
Shot going.
Ow!
Oh.
Wow, that was about a 1 in 100 chance. And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
Currently 3 strokes up after that hole. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Opting for the 9-iron.
Be good. Be the number. Go in for me.
Oh, look at this. Right down the throat.
Oh!
How close was that to going in the hole?
Motherfucker.
Great shot. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Standing on this par 4 and leading. What's the strategy? What's going on through their mind? Attack it or lay back?
Time for the second shot at the 12th. You like that, didn't you? Good chance this one, right on 6 feet. And that's 8 birdies today. Now 5 shots up after that hole. That looks to be a fairway finder to me. That's great momentum. 4 birdies on the trot.
Trying to get it to move a little bit to the left here.
And not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole.
Hold his hole now.
Well holed, he'll take the birdie. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole. Opting for the 5-wood. Terrific shot. And a chance for birdie coming up here at the 14th. And that will drop in for birdie. Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage.
So hard, you do it fucking perfect.
And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves. A chance to keep it rolling. Not a bad line, this one. Second shot here on the 15th.
Shit.
4 right.
It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark.
Not taking enough club to get it there.
Wow. That was handy holding out from there.
Out of the rough, into the hole. Thank you very much.
And let's have another look at that one.
That was a lucky chip. I thought I was going to miss.
Leading by 6 strokes after that one. We have a par 5 on this one.
Shit.
Bit untidy, wasn't it? Going with the 5-iron here. That's a smart option. Back into the fairway. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, absolutely flushed. That was a gallant attempt. It's just about 3 feet away.
Unlucky.
And that putt will drop. Well done. Still in the lead now after that hole. This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that. Well, I like the look of the line here. They should find the fairway. Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Same spot as yesterday. Will they have the same results today?
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure. All right, John, how's this putt looking?
This looks like somewhere in the 27-foot range from here.
And this one is for his par. Yeah, good putt. Well hold. Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes.
Well, it's very last.
All right, one more hole to go. Let's see how you handle the 18th. Good looking shot this. Isn't this where they hit from yesterday?
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
Absolutely. In there close. Good look at birdie coming up.
Gets that one to go down, and that'll end the day's work. Through 54 holes, this wonderful golf continues. Our leader in the clubhouse.
Yes, Luke, it's a very strange position to be in because you feel like it's yours to lose, but it's also yours to win. I mean, which way are you looking at it? Hopefully, they're thinking it's mine to win, and I'm going to grab it tomorrow.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's good night for now.
It'll be win for sure, I reckon. Definitely.
Hello and welcome to our 2K Sports PGA Tour action. Today's coverage of the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside PGA champion Rich Beam. We're in the booth, and down on the course is John McCarthy.
Pleased to have your company, Luke. I got to say, looking forward to what's going to unfold here today. Happy to bring you a closer look from down here on the course.
Oh,
hello.
Hello. Welcome to the course.
Yeah, you gotta love seeing those go in early. Puts you in a good mood for the rest of the day.
Here we are at the second tee. Attaboy, good shot. Oh, that's a great shot. It sets up a wonderful birdie look here at the second. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead.
I like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort.
Oh, and they increase their lead. This is impressive, Luke, but can they hold up this play?
I'm going in the front of that fucking tree again.
That dog will hunt.
The third hole at Tpc Southwest, Rich, the first of the par 5s on the golf course. A lot of water in play. You need to be brave if you're going for this in 2.
More golf balls hit into the water at Tpc Southwind than any other golf course on tour. An excellent reason why. You get a little careless, that water on the right-hand side is going to gobble up that second shot.
Where's the break?
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Currently in first position. Teeing off here at the 4th. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. It's on a great line. And that's their 4th birdie of the day.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. Let's see what happens here at the 5th. Not bad. standing up over this one after a bunch of birdies.
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
This one's going right at the pin here.
Oh,
Wow,
shot.
what a shot. Hasn't managed to birdie this hole this week. Looking good. But what a start. This is impressive.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Time to tee off at the 6th. Oh, well done. Coming off a string of 5 birdies. Oh, what a gorgeous looking shot that is, Rich.
Shot.
Well, got some sort of streak going on here. Greens in regulation. What a statistic.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. And after a birdie at the last, they take the honour on the hole. This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. Second shot here on the 7th. Great looking shot this. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here at the 7th.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard. Our current leader is enjoying an 8-stroke advantage.
Shot.
What a quality shot that was.
Good shot in there. I like their chances for making birdie.
Leading by 8 strokes now after that hole. We've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off. Looks like they put a good swing on that one. That should find the short stuff. Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
They had a good result yesterday. Can't see why they wouldn't have another good one today. Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right
Shot.
distance?
Well done.
That's
Take
a
the
perfect
ball.
front 9 for you. Birdies across the board.
It's a lofty position this player has held all tournament, but what a buffer they've built with just 9 to play.
Absolutely. You dream of being in this position. Ahead by a bunch with just a few holes to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Yeah, that one will play. Second shot here on the 10th hole. Hope it gets a good kick to the left. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
Be good. Be good. Oh,
Well, you're going to be hard to catch
What a
now if
fucking
you keep
putt.
making putts like that.
what a putt.
Oh, I'd like to have one more look at that shot. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Ooh, I always love these holes. Here we have a par 3.
This one is chewing fiber.
Shot.
Just 3 feet to the cup.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. He sits in first position. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Second shot here on the 12th. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. This one's dialed in. And that's for birdie. Well holed. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Playing from around 150 yards here. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Wow, what a shot.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Going with the hybrid.
Just needs a little bit more of a kick to the right.
This one's for birdie. Get excited. This could go
Bang.
in. And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. Still in the lead now after that hole. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. The honour is yours. Time to hit a good one here at the 15th. This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. From about 130 yards here. Going with the pitching wedge here. Well, this one's right at the pin. 3 feet to go here to the hole. He's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead.
A nice feeling it must be to have that sizable of a lead coming down the stretch.
Here we have a par 5. Well, this should find the short grass. The final par 5 at Tpc Southwest is a good one. Up the hill, Rich, and a chance to get there in 2.
Second shot back up the hill at 16. Bunkers on the front left and back right of this green. Could pose some problems. However, this hole generally plays the easiest on the golf course. Go ahead, take it on the flagstick with your second.
Gary Player couldn't play bunker shots any better than that. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next.
Wasn't after the eagle. I want that birdie.
He's currently sitting in first place.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out.
Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. Well, this is a little bit of a birdie blitz going on from the player. Can they make another?
Absolutely. It's been a good streak late in the round.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. This one could take a little bounce to the left. What an opportunity to make a birdie.
Looking better.
Bang!
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. And a chance to ice the tournament here. Holding the lead, playing the last. Playing from around 110 yards out. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. All that hard work. It's time to pay it off. Make this
Perfect round.
And there you have
Look
it.
at that shit.
Winner of the WGC
18 straight birdies.
Invitational. What a win this one is.
In a hard-fought win indeed. The wins
What a
were
fucking
born
round.
all week, but this player outlasted the rest. I gotta say, gutsy performance.
18
all
straight
around.
birdies, legends.
Great win.
Well, Rich, after that hot start, it's probably little surprise that this player powered through to victory.
Luke, that was the performance of a lifetime. Hats off. They dominated every facet of the game. Never let their foot up off the gas.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
a fucking win that was. Look at that, 18 under. 18 through 18. And I'm going to end the stream on that. That was unreal. Thanks for watching, Legends. Take it easy, yeah?